Welcome to Car Coach Reports. This is 4-Minute Friday, and my name is Paul Fix III, in for Lauren, who unfortunately has laryngitis. This is the week ending June 15th, 2018, and here's what's going on in your automotive world. Hyundai is getting a new performance lineup. Apple CarPlay is getting a massive update. A little update on used car prices, some worn tire concerns, and a little this week in automotive history. Stay tuned. Let's put 4 minutes on the clock. First up is Hyundai and their new N performance lineup. They're doing it in a way that's very similar to how BMW has their M performance lineup. They're starting with vehicles that have the N nameplate, like the Veloster N, which will be launching very soon, and we saw at the most recent auto show. And then there's going to be N line. So for every vehicle eventually in the Hyundai lineup, there's going to be an N line option, and then there's going to be N options within that allow you to upgrade your vehicle. Really, the difference is more horsepower, better handling, some red piping for aesthetic purposes, and some aerodynamics. Overall, I think this is a very exciting time to be looking at some of the overseas brands really starting to step up into the performance space, like we finally got the Civic Type R. So hopefully this means that the Koreans are stepping into the game too. And we've already seen what happened with the Kia Stinger and some of the success that it is seeing. So hopefully we see that with the Hyundai brand as well. Maybe even Genesis, fingers crossed. Number 2. I already thought this was available in Apple CarPlay, but I guess I was told wrong. With the release of iOS 12, which will likely be sometime in September, at least based on previous release schedules, you will be able to use third-party map applications in Apple CarPlay. This means you can finally use Google Maps and Waze, and a lot of people have really been waiting for this. So this is a big win for consumers, and I would just wait for your phone to update whenever that happens. But here's a little tip from a techie to anybody else listening out there who is as well. If you really want to get into it, I recommend you going to the beta site at the Apple website and signing up, because you can get access to these features before they come out. Keep in mind there's some bugs, but there's a little tip from me to you. Number 3, I got a couple statistics in here for this one. The used car market is really heating up, and Edmunds says that the average transaction price for the first quarter of 2018 here in the US was $19,657. That's over 2% higher than last year and 18% increase from 5 years ago. So the market is really, really going up. So that's due to a growing number of near new vehicles coming off lease. This will also help the sale of new cars. When people can get more money for their trade-in, it makes it easier to buy a new car. So they're more likely to not buy a used car, instead trade it in and buy a new car. And this keeps the cycle going, which is actually really, really good for both the new and the used car market. I think this means a very strong automotive market going into the future. I'd recommend you keep an eye on it, listen to the experts. I'm sure Lauren will be talking about it very soon on the news or right here, so stay tuned. I know how you all like statistics, so here's some more with number 4. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Anyway, AAA has been doing some testing with tires, all-season tires that are brand new versus all-season tires that are worn, down to 430 seconds. So here's some stats. The average stopping distance from highway speeds all the way to a stop increased by 43% as the difference between the two tires. That can be up to an extra 87 feet of stopping distance, which is, in some cases, could be incredibly dangerous. So some states actually have laws that say you can keep your tires to have a tread depth all the way down to 230 seconds. And at that point, I think that's getting really dangerous. I highly recommend that you be proactive. You say, my tires are getting really worn. Maybe I'm feeling some slipping in the rain, or measure your tires. Are they down to the wear bar? Replace your tires. There's over 800,000 crashes that occur on wet roads. I'm sure a large portion of that is due to not having the right tires. Le Mans and the 24 Hours of Le Mans are incredibly famous in the automotive world. In fact, that race is responsible for some of the most iconic vehicles we've seen and some of the best technology moving from the track to the road. So back in the 50s and 60s, there was this phrase: you win on Sunday, you sell on Monday. So because racing and selling cars, or at least the cars on the street, were so synonymous, they were so tied together in the news, if you saw a Jaguar win, you'd say, dang, I should buy a Jaguar. And for the first time in the history of the 24 Hours of Le Mans, starting in 1923 in France, June 10th, 1951, is the day that Jaguar took their first win at Le Mans. This solidified them as being a real serious player. The English came out, they beat everybody else and said, look, we're a real sports car brand. And that vehicle that won was none other than this: the Jaguar XK120C, or the Jaguar C-Type, and cars sold like gangbusters. Stop the clock. Are we over? That's what's going on in your automotive world. If you liked this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more like it, stay stuck right here to the Car Coach Reports YouTube channel. Click that subscribe button and ding that bell so that you know when new videos are posted. That's Monday and Thursday, plus Friday here for 4 Minute Friday. You can sign up for our free newsletter at carcoachreports.com. If you love what we do and you want to support us, check out our Patreon page. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. I cannot stare at myself while talking. I gotta move that. I don't know how she does it. My name. The truck's